This video is a little different from my usual stuff as it pertains to real-world lore rather than just Star Trek, but I recently posted a video on Species 8472 and what they got up to after the events of the show as depicted in Star Trek Online, and I got a couple of comments regarding the name selected for the species in the game, that being Undine. Yes, I pronounced it Undine repeatedly, even though it's supposed to be Undine. And the reason for that is simple. Habit. Outside of the game, the term Undine, still doing it, is used in mythology, and like many mythological works, I tend to stumble across them as written before I hear them told. So let's look at the real world Undine, and why this name may have been chosen for species 8472. Well, the word itself is from the Latin word unda or undina, which means wave, as in ocean waves. The term was eventually corrupted into Undine or Ondine and used to describe a freshwater nymph. Much later in the 19th century, a story was written called Undine by Friedrich de la Motte Volk about a water-dwelling spirit who pursued a romance with a land-bound knight. If this is a familiar tale, it's because it's often cited as the inspiration for Hans Christian Andersen's Little Mermaid. However, there are some differences, as the Undine wished to experience and possess a human soul, something the elemental spirits lack, and only through marriage could they achieve their own, becoming human and mortal in the process. This fairy tale has strong aquatic themes, though the story itself has little bearing on the narrative of Star Trek, unless there's a horrific interspecies romance subplot that I don't know about. But the takeaway is that the Undine is a water elemental, and its use in literature often has it appear human and become mortal. Species 8472 are biological entities that live beyond our realm of existence in the poorly charted dimension of fluidic space. In this realm, an organic liquid permeates the entirety of space, complete with currents, and for all intents and purposes, it's a giant ocean, except yellow-green, and for some reason I imagine it as slimy. And in it live these creatures that have telepathic abilities and can adopt humanoid form with technology. So the similarity was drawn between species 8472 and the water elementals, as they both dwell within liquid realms and can resemble humans, but at their core are not. Substitute the bits about magic for science and there's your parallel. I'm pretty sure that the Undine is the term that the Federation gave species 8472, probably feeling it was less of a mouthful and more personable than the Borg designation. The Klingons call them Karmekuv, which means replaces honour with dishonour, fitting for their interpretation of the species as usurpers. The actual name for the species is still unknown. As they are a telepathic species, they may not even communicate with words, just thoughts, and as seemingly the only inhabitants of fluidic space, why would they need to identify themselves as a species anyway? So yeah, just a quick video to clarify some things. Yes, it's pronounced Undine, it's just a habit I'm going to have a hard time breaking, but I love the origin of the term and its base in our world's myths and tales. Although I have to say, species 8472 is far better looking. I mean, 3 legs, 4. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm planning to do some more of these smaller videos that I can drop over the weekends on various Trek-related topics, so that there's a Trek-related presence on the channel, other than STOS, the online lore series. So hopefully this will be the first of many such lore bites. I frequently turn to the comments for inspiration, so perhaps if you have a question on Trek lore, I can answer it in one of these weekend videos. Anyway, thanks again, and goodbye.